Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. So great to meet you. So the type of content that I like to film are mainly travel vlogs, and then sometimes I'll do some local stuff. I'm actually from Philly, and right now I'm in New Orleans, or New Orleans, I guess as some people will say too. I think that's probably the right way to say it actually. If you know me in real life, then you know that I can't make decisions and that is definitely a weakness of mine. I have a whole weekend here in New Orleans and I just was trying to figure out what do I want to do. So that's when I turned to ChatGPT. I asked it like, how to spend a day in Nola, like what can I do here? And it just spat out a whole bunch of recommendations. And I figured, you know what, this could be a fun video. So you guys are gonna come with me and do all of the things, or most of the things, that ChatGPT had suggested to do in Nola. For the morning, it suggested to get beignets, obviously, and that's been on my list for quite some time, and to check out like a certain area. So I ended up going to Cafe Du Monde. It was just crazy busy. There wasn't really much seating, so I got to go. The other part of ChatGPT told me to come visit Jackson Square. So that's where I am deciding to have my beignets and enjoying this very beautiful square. It's really nice. This was on our ghost tour last night, so I found out some details about this spot. Not like the best details, I will say, so I'll reserve that for anybody that goes on a ghost tour. To me, beignet reminds me of like funnel cake, and I hope that's not offensive to anybody from this area. But here it is, my first beignet. It's also slightly breezy out here, so not the best day for powdered sugar. Thoughts on Cafe Du Monde? One, this is my very first beignet, so I don't really know what a good one versus a bad one is, but to me, it tastes like it's like a funnel cake, and I'm all for that. If this is breakfast, I'll take this any day. Look at that cathedral, so pretty. Also heard things about this in that ghost tour. Not the best thing, but I'm kind of happy that I'm not sitting at Cafe Du Monde right now. And I'm just like getting to sit in this park, enjoy the shade, and have beautiful sights like that. This beignet is giving me life right now. It's literally like a funnel cake. And that means the more powdered sugar that's on it, the better. I just can't get over this view right now. ChatGPT said to check out Jackson Square, which I am at right now, and then to check out that cathedral that's over there as well. So probably gonna like take it easy over here, and then I'll catch up with you guys when we get closer to the cathedral. Man, this thing is beautiful. Like the structure of it, the amount of detail, so pretty. Let's get a little closer though. Okay, I had no idea we could walk into the cathedral. Wow. So pretty. Let me pay my respects and say a little prayer while I'm here. What I'm really liking so far about Nola is the fact that there's live music everywhere at any time of the day. You could probably hear some in the background right now. So I visited the cathedral. I ended up picking some gifts up there from the gift shop. Now I am off to do our mid-morning activity from ChatGPT, and they said that we should go to the French market to explore all the little shops and stuff that they have out there. So I am walking there right now. It's about an 8-minute walk, which isn't too bad. I'd rather get the steps in now before it starts torrential downpouring like it has been since I've been here in Nola. I just made it to the French market and there are tons of different vendors out here. So just gonna peruse around, check out what they've got to sell. So I'm here with Jazar. He's over here. Just been chatting with him, just showcasing like what he has over here and stuff. But very welcoming. Are they all handmade or no?
All handmade.
They're all handmade.
Jade, tiger eye, jasmine, agate, they're all handmade. You can take your time, you can please pick up. If anybody come with your reference for you, 50% off for you, my sister.
Okay. So everything's handmade, so very talented by all the artists that put their hands into this stuff. See, I like these little trinkets that they have over here. The little candies. That vendor was so nice. He gave me like a deep discount for his items, so I felt like, you know, I just wanted to support that. Just like typical New Orleans fashion, it is torrential downpouring right now, which is going to make it hard to do our second activity, which is like walking around the Mississippi, like along the Mississippi River. I'm gonna let you know now, that's not happening. And I'm getting splashed by this thing. And I didn't realize, like when I came out here, when it rains, it floods. Like there's no in between at all. And it's because here in New Orleans, they're below sea level, so everything tends to flood a lot quicker. And secondly, we're in the middle of hurricane season, so I definitely came at the right time. I just left that side of the market. It's like this whole big strip. And now I've been weaving my way in and out of like the blocks, but just trying to stay dry places where I can, except this thing that I'm standing right next to is getting me splashed quite a bit. I think we're gonna skip out on activity number 2, which means that lunch is like much earlier than I want. So I'm just trying to pace myself, take my time throughout these shops, and try to eat closer to like 12:31. Because right now it's like 11, maybe. It turns out I ended up walking back to where I started earlier today, which is Cafe Du Monde. It's so much busier now. But anyways, I am trying to figure out what my next move is. It's 11:52. I'm probably gonna head over to Central Grocery. This is what ChatGPT had suggested. So I have to go get a muffaletta sandwich. The other option was Coop's Place, but I passed that earlier and they're closed for vacation. So it seems like Central Grocery is the way to go. So I just had lunch at this restaurant called Vintage in the Garden District. 2 of the places that ChatGPT told me to go to closed. So the staff there was so nice. The bartender, shout out to Jess, and her friend Matt. We were like chit-chatting, having some good conversation at the restaurant, and yeah, so I think I made some friends here. If you're ever doing a solo trip, I highly, highly, highly recommend having, you know, your meal at the bar, because you just get better conversation that way. Anyways, now I am walking up and down Magazine Street. I'm not gonna do what ChatGPT told me to, so I'm veering off just a bit, only because the streetcar I heard was not the best thing to ride. And secondly, there's like no museums around this area. So I think I'm just gonna pivot very, very, very slightly and just walk up and down Magazine Street, because that's what a lot of the locals told me to do anyway. So in terms of suggestions, this is gonna be it. So I'm gonna continue walking up and down this area, and I'll show you guys what I get up to.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, Robert.
I just stumbled upon Current Crop, which is a coffee roasting business. And I walked in, and I'm not into coffee, you guys know that, but Nick is very much into coffee. He just started roasting his own coffee. So I decided to pop in and kind of like check it out. So I'm now sitting outside. I've already made my purchases. I got some green beans for him, and he literally just like roasts the beans over, I guess, like a fire or through a roaster, and then he just uses that for his own personal coffee. So he's really just getting into all of that stuff. If you are interested in the whole process, I know he does have a YouTube channel. I think it's called like Nikki P. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but I'll make sure to link his channel down below. Definitely subscribe to him if you're really into roasting and that whole coffee process. He does a bunch of like espresso pulls and stuff like that too. So I picked up some goodies for him, so I know he's gonna be excited about that. So I'm walking down this neighborhood, and like they're like super colorful homes around here, which is so freaking cute. And like, wow, every single home that I've been walking past looks amazing. Super bright, colorful, very pretty. The Garden District is such a nice neighborhood to be at. This one behind me, like, unreal. That's somebody's home? I am going to head over to that cemetery. I can't recall what its name is, but that's what ChatGPT had suggested. So we are gonna make our way over there. And then there is this little bookshop that I found on Google that's pretty close to there as well. So we're gonna check that out. I found the cemetery that ChatGPT told us to take a look at. I was looking it up online. It's called Lafayette Cemetery, but I believe that this is closed to the public. So if you don't know this already, a lot of their tombs are above ground. And so clearly it's blocked off for me, but you can kind of see that all the tombstones are above ground. This is very similar to how it is in the Philippines. I'm not going to spend too much time here, only because it's blocked off and the outside perimeter is cemented this way. So it's not like I could really look inside and peer in, but I thought that was interesting because I don't know of any other states in the US that have their tombstones above ground or their graves above ground. I thought that was just like in foreign countries. So anyways, I'm going to find this little bookshop and we're gonna hang out there and get some AC, you know, because it's just a little hot right now. Time to find this bookshop. It seems like it's in this big shopping center. So I am back at my hotel room now. I have actually been here for maybe an hour. I am charging a few of my devices and dropped off like some of the stuff that I had purchased. And now I'm gonna head out for dinner. They said, do dinner in the warehouse district. Try a meal at Cochan or Pesh for some southern inspired cuisine. A lot of people have been telling me to go to Pesh, so I am definitely going to make sure I head there. But I'm kind of excited. A lot of people recommended this one, and I really hope this one isn't a miss. Afterwards, I do plan on going to Frenchman Street, which is what they had suggested as well. And my Uber driver mentioned a venue called Spotted Cat to enjoy live music, which is what ChatGPT wants us to do tonight. So I'm gonna head to Pesh, and then I'm gonna head to the Spotted Cat, and maybe I'll like bounce around over there. But they said that Frenchman Street is I guess less sketchy than bourbon. So we're gonna, you know, check that out. And then towards the nighttime, they want us to go enjoy Bourbon Street. And I was there last night and it was like kind of crazy. I don't know how it's gonna be on a Saturday night on like non-busy season, but maybe we'll pop around over there. Like I kind of already explored that portion, but there is this one cocktail bar that I really want to go to and experience, which is called Carousel Bar. And it's funny that ChatGPT even suggested that as well, because that I marked off on my personal list to be like, yep, I'm gonna go there. And the Carousel Bar, from what it looked like on Google, like the main bar is a carousel and it literally turns as you're sitting in there. I think that's just like so cool. Being able to have drinks on a carousel technically sounds really fun and interesting to me. So that is gonna wrap up our day. So basically I'm gonna finish charging some devices here, gonna head over to Pesh, and then gonna head over to Spotted Cat on Frenchman Street, and just gonna walk up and down there, and then we'll probably end up at the Carousel Bar. So yeah, I am going to call my Uber now and we'll head out to Pesh. I just wrapped up dinner at Pesh. It was really good. I sat at the bar and I met this guy named Bruce. He writes children's books for a living, and it was just really cool to, you know, speak with people like that. This is why I love sitting at the bar when I'm like out doing solo trips or like on my own in a different city or even my own personal city. Like people that you get to meet is just so worth it. Here goes my Uber. Good, how are you? Stumbled upon an art bazaar.
$25, buy two, get 10 off, and they're made out of dental plastic.
Made it back to my hotel. I actually am on the balcony right now, not from my room, but at the hotel lobby. But I figured before I head back into my room, I'll give you guys like a whole big update as to what I ended up doing. So I went to eat at Pesh and the food was phenomenal. So highly recommend to anybody that's coming to Nola. I sat at the bar and, you know, this always happens whenever I'm on solo trips or I'm just out by myself. I eat at the bar and I always strike up a conversation with the bartender and or somebody sitting next to me. So this time around it was the bartender, but also a guy, his name is Bruce. He writes children's books for a living. That was pretty cool to find out. I think one of them is like Clark and the Shark or something of the sort. I don't remember. But anyways, he and I had really great conversation. And then afterwards, I took an Uber to the Spotted Cat, because that was the other portion of what ChatGPT had mentioned. And I pretty much just spent the rest of the night there. It's now probably like 12 a.m. So I know I wanted to go to the Carousel Bar, but they close at 12. So I just ended up spending the whole night at the Spotted Cat, and The bands there were freaking amazing. The last band was my absolute favorite. They were playing all my favorite jams, but their versions of it, and it was pretty fun. This is pretty much what I ended up doing tonight. As you could tell, like, I just wanted ChatGPT to kind of plan out my day, and while I didn't get to everything, I feel like these were very, very solid recommendations. I'm really glad that I ended up trying this out, and maybe I'll do it again for tomorrow. I just want to end off the vlog here and just want to say thank you guys so much if you made it to the end of this video. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe, comment down below anything else that you think would be super interesting to see from me. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!